Hey YouTube, welcome to another episode of News in 2 Minutes, bringing you the news that you need to know every day. Let's begin. Sectarian fighting in the Jammu region of Indian-controlled Kashmir has increased, causing authorities to reinstitute a strict martial law, closing shops and transportation, and policing the streets with tight curfews and heavy weaponry. Many residents of the area are blaming the religious infighting on government-sponsored instability that has fueled violence between Hindus and Muslims, saying that the government is picking sides within the country, making equal living impossible. Iran's nuclear chief announced that the country has 18,000 uranium enrichment centrifuges, including over 10,000 that are in active use, a number that exceeds estimations from the United Nations Nuclear Oversight Group, which oversees Iran's nuclear drive. Western countries insist that Iran's uranium enrichment is a process that will be used in the making of a nuclear weapon, and have increased their efforts at sanctions and redline rhetoric after the announcement. Hundreds of thousands of residents in China have been forced to evacuate after strong storms killed at least 25 residents, suspended industrial operations, and cut off highways in the Asian country, where agencies are saying that this is the worst weather that the country has seen in decades. The flooding, a result from Typhoon Utor and strong regional storms, hit China's residential area at 4 a.m. on Friday morning, affecting over 1 million people, destroying over 35,000 homes, and costing the country an estimated $400 million in damages. In related news, over 17,000 people have been forced to evacuate in Russia's Far East after widespread flooding began pouring into their homes. Wildfires are increasing across the U.S. state of Idaho at a pace of 30,000 acres on Saturday, forcing over 2,000 mandatory evacuations. More than 800 state and federal firefighters are using every means possible in a desperate bid to save over 10,000 homes that are currently being threatened by one of the state's most dangerous fires. Tens of thousands of Syrians are pouring into the Kurdistan region of Iraq, according to the United Nations Refugee Agency. A spokesperson for the agency told reporters in Geneva that over 7,000 refugees were crossing the Tigris River Bridge per day, but that the reason for the influx wasn't clear at this time, while reporters speaking to refugees described harrowing conditions, saying that they have no water, no electricity, and have had to make the decision to leave their home at a moment's notice. And to wrap things up, a train carrying propane gas exploded near Bulgaria's Black Sea city of Varna. India and Pakistan have traded fire for the 8th straight day as ceasefire tensions continue to rise. The sun has produced a significant M3 solar flare, and a 6.1 at the southwest Indian Ridge below Africa, as well as a string of earthquakes in Indonesia, New Zealand, and Alaska complete today's Quake Watch. And that's it for this episode of News in 2 Minutes. Check back tomorrow for more news that the aware need the most. This week's News in 2 Minutes is brought to you by SHTFplan.com, where even the officials go for news, and SQmetals.com for all your precious metal needs.